Let's do this already. Hi guys, my name is Cdog, and today I'm going to react to all the episodes of the Spider-Man Analog Horror Series Season 2 by Just Preston. If you have not seen the first reaction video of Season 1, I'll put it in the comments. Alright, let's do this. October 30th, 1995. I was friends with Mom Morales since we were fourth birth. Okay? Yeah, I think I know Miles Morales. Okay. We had a friend group of 3, the third person being a deaf girl named Hallie Cooper. We were on a field to Roxon Labs. Wait, Roxon? Hey, I remember that place, Roxon. It was built in the spot of the building that collapsed on this day in 1975. Oh dear Lord. Its foundation apparently caught on fire. People were thinking it was a chemical fire, but claimed to see 6 people running out of it. Oh no. It was something I learned in history class. When we got there, they showed us their test on radioactive spiders. No, I don't know why they would continue this, because I heard that hospital lose money because of a case of a spider beating a teenager in 1962. God, it's gonna happen again. They said there were 2 box spiders in the box, but there was one problem. One left. I only saw one. Oh dear Lord, no. He's going to bite Miles. It didn't concern me that much, so I walked away while Miles was still staring at it. I took out my camera to take photos when I saw a spider land on Miles' hand. No! I ran over to try to get it off, but it bit him by the time I got to him. Oh no. I asked him if he was okay. He said he was, but I wasn't sure what would happen. On the bus ride back, he was sweating even though it wasn't hot out. Oh no. He kept mumbling, and I can only hear one word that he said, which is Peter. We don't know anyone named Peter. It confused both me and Haley. I know. When we were back in school, he was struggling to properly walk and seemed to look malnourished. After a minute of stumbling around the club, all of a sudden he collapsed to the floor. Yep, you know what I said, I'm gonna actually react to. I'm gonna put it in 3 parts, actually. I called 911 when Haley tended to him and told him to wake up. He was taken to the hospital where his mom was working. Yeah, I'm gonna react to 3 parts. This is gonna be 3 parts, guys. I'm sorry. His dad Jefferson was the captain, and I went to his rally while Haley stayed with Miles. At this time, the devil breath outbreak was happening, and everyone was required to wear a mask. You forgot to put. You said where. It was going well when one of the people beside him got closer to him. Then the man opened his jacket to reveal a strange glow. Huh? It glowed brighter as people panicked, and Jeff ran at it and pushed him away from his mouth when the explosion happened. What? Whoa. The explosion caught caused me to fly back and knocking me out. When I came to, I was in the hospital in a different room. Haley came in with my camera that was damaged slightly with only a cracked lens. I went outside into the hallway where I saw everyone reacting to the explosion that ended up killing Jeff. Wait, no, this is from Spider-Man PS4. I went to go tell Miles what happened, but his mom stopped me and told me that she already did with tears in her eyes. No. I went into his room anyway to give my condolence. He cried while having his head in his hands. When I slowly took his hands off his head, some of his hair had fallen out. Oh no. He was slowly getting skinny, and then there were 8 nubs coming out of his back. Nope. Yep, 3 parts. I can't do this. What worse was when he opened his eyes and saw they were bloodshot. No. No, buddy, don't show it. Don't show it. But I don't know what to do, so I left to get him some water. While getting him one, there was a thrashing coming from his room and shattered glass breaking. Nah. Me and Haley and the nurses ran into find the room dark with the lights off with no Miles inside. And he's gone. One of the nurses flipped the switch and the lights came back on. I then turned to my right, and I turned to my right to see the window broken. No! I left the hospital with my camera to go and find Miles, even though I don't have a car. Why did you not go with the others? I walked through the city when a police car zoomed past me. Why did you not ask the others to come with you? I remember that the news report of the explosion said that the cops apprehended some of the people behind the attack when they tried to leave the place. Like, why are you going without the other people? Like, you could have just asked them to help you find him. Then I saw a figure running across the building while also swinging from them. No, it's Miles. It's Miles. I walked from a while when I heard a car being destroyed near an alley. It's Miles. I walked in to see the police vehicle destroyed with no one inside. Ugh. I walked around to find a body of a demon skull on your mask on his skull. No, don't show it, buddy, don't show it. The news said that there were 2 guys that caught, and I couldn't find the other guy. And maybe look up. Or the cops. I looked up to see a figure standing on the side of the building in front of me. I'm gonna close my eyes. Why? Don't. The figure left and I was confused. Oh, was it Miles? Where'd the cops and criminal go? Oh, lordy lord. December 1995. Oh, lordy lord. I was getting tired of trying to find Miles. Bodies of people in demon masks were piling up on the city. Oh, lordy lord. And people claiming to see a figure swing around at night and day. Oh, lord. This wasn't the first time people in the 60s and 70s claiming to see a figure going around. At one point, the strange figure in the 60s skipped the wings of a flying and all of a sudden flying into a car. Oh. I read it in some old newspaper I found. I didn't put two and two together, but I soon start thinking it was Miles. Then yesterday happened. It was night and snow was starting to come down. A cop car was chasing some guys in demon mask. Wait, I can tell from the passenger who was sitting out of the window shooting a gun. Then the car took a right into Times Square when it got picked up by webbing or a rope of some sort. I saw the figure of presumably Miles standing on a 5-star building, bringing the car up and then dropping it and causing it to explode when it hit the ground. Don't show it. Don't you dare show it. Okay, you only showed the car. Okay. He left out a screech, kind of like the creature in that movie Aliens from 1986. Don't you dare. In the middle of the screech, a ball of fire hit him in the face. Oof. Me and the absurd crowd looked over to see the Human Torch from the Fantastic Four. What? What is he doing here? Why is the Human Torch being here? The crowd cheered as he continued to use his powers on Miles. I thought the team was done since Richard and Sue Storm retired along with the team. Yeah, I don't know, that guy. But I guess the torch would still be unsafe and it's probably 50. I'm gonna guess he's gonna die. His flame knocked Miles off the building and he fell to the ground, failing to save him because he was burning. I'm gonna guess he's gonna die. I'm gonna guess the Human Torch is gonna die. The torch flew down and went to check if he died. Oh, big bad move. He turned off his flame and we got to see a new suit with the 4 still on it. They were more blue than white, with some black on, or with 4 on being on one side instead of the middle. To be honest, it looked better than the original Fantastic Four suits that they wore from the 60s to the late 70s. Again, I'm thinking the Human Torch is gonna die. Yeah, the thing looked that weird. He got closer and Miles sprung back to life and tried to grab him, but the torch yelled "Flame on!" and returned to its flaming form and wrapped his arms around Miles. I was confused, but then I realized he's getting brighter and is burning Miles, making him let out a loud screech. Yeah, there's no way Miles is gonna die that easy. See? And then the torch unwrapped his arms and threw Miles in the air with a beam of fire, sending Miles into the air. There's no way Miles is gonna die that easily. 100% he's not gonna die. Then flying up to Miles as he started to fall. Now the Human Torch is gonna die. I can already tell. He caught him, slammed him into the ground. Okay, I may be wrong. Miles started to fight back, clawing at the torch. Before the Human Torch could use another attack, Miles let out the way and grabbed onto a fire hydrant and broke it open to cause the water to hit the torch, making his flame go out. Told ya! Bye-bye, Human Torch! You're gonna die. You're gonna die. The torch tried to say flame on, but only got the first 3 letters off before Miles swiped at his face, knocking his jaw clean off. What did I say? What did I say? The torch bawled in pain before Miles kicked him to the ground and punched through his chest, ripping his heart out. What did I say? The nearby crowd ran screaming as I stood there watching one of the greatest heroes die. I look at Miles, seeing his burns slowly healing and the nubs on his back growing slightly bigger. Don't you dare show it. He leaped away, swinging into the night, leaving me traumatized. Why would Miles do that? It's not him. April 1996. More bodies keep piling up. Not just from the demon masks, but from the cops as well. Ugh. I was thinking Miles was after the demons and the cops were just getting in his way. Earlier this month, I got a job at Roxanne Labs. Even though I was still a freshman, I was determined to find Miles their help. But Roxanne Labs are not happy. Then just 2 days ago, it finally happened. I was with them when we managed to capture him. What? I brought Haley along since he was being interested in becoming a part of Roxanne. We entered Brooklyn late at night, as that was the main spot people would spot Miles. We came in a truck along with some guys in armor to help him capture him. This is what they look like. Let me guess, the armor? Hey, yeah, it's from the Miles Morales game. I know that. We were up to give up the hunt when one of the men yelled out that there was a figure running on the roof of the building. I had already told Haley that I thought it was Miles, and she agreed in sign language. Miles leaped up the roof and was about to shoot a web when one of the guys shot the tranquilizer and it hit Miles mid-jump. He failed to shoot his web and ended up falling on the ground with a nasty thud. We all ran to Miles to see if he was unconscious or dead. If he was dead, but when one of the guys poked him with the gun, he was going through some kind of metamorphosis with some of the nub beginning to grow spider legs. Yeah. Here's some footage I got from it. Don't! But it was not the best, but I was trying to keep my distance. Don't show it. Ugh. Ew. With only one leg, but as we got closer, the other seven came out. Don't! The guys continued poking him. After 5 more pokes, Miles came up to use one of his spider legs to stab the guy in the chin. Ugh. Yeah, he's dead. He cried out in pain as Miles rose up and the men fired more tranquilizers to no avail. He finished the guy with a stab to the head and then moved on to the other guys. Yeah, I don't think you guys are gonna capture him. They keep firing shots, but it only slowed them down, and he used a combination of his little claws and legs to kill them. Yeah. He has also developed pictures on both of mouth, which he was able to chew through the armor and bite their flesh off like this. He's an artist rendered what he looks like drawn by me. I'm not the best artist. Like, okay, I'll admit it looks cool. It looks cool. He had showed more of his abilities. At one point, he would be there, and the next second he would vanish. Oh no! It just seemed to be a special form of visibility. When he was unable. He would charge up a punch and would hit the guys with the reddish lightning he used with the punches. Not the venom punches. Not the venom. It started to rain while he was massacring the men. At one point, ripping one guy's skull out and use it as a mace to beat the other guys with. Oh Nelly! Oh Nelly! Soon backup Roxanne guys showed up and fired their guns with a combination of live ammunition and strong tranquilizers. Go away, T-Mobile! It was too much for him, and he eventually collapsed and we loaded him in the back of the truck in a harness that wraps around his arms and torso. And then you're gonna make a video. We got to Roxanne and put him in a temporary glass cell in the basement laboratory that looked like this. And then you're gonna talk to him. He's gonna talk like a creepy sound like, I am the spider. I stayed the night there with Haley to watch over Miles, who has gone over another change overnight. He has grown 2 eyes that sat above the other 2. Like Peter. He also made a mask out of his webs with eye holes cut out. Like Peter. Here is a drawing. I started to think we need another person to help study Miles. We had gotten scientists that arrived that morning, but I want someone else. Let me guess. Doc Ock. I went to get my scientist teacher since he was smart. He would tutor me sometimes at his home or at school, so I knew where he lived. Let me guess. He wasn't there. It was on the street that was near mine. So me and Haley took our bikes and rode to his house. Huh, that's a nice house he got. We got up the front door and rang the doorbell. And he answered. My teacher in question was Harry Osborne. Huh, heck nah, Harry. He opened the door and said hi. Instead, there behind him was his wife, Mary Jane Wenson, and they were both around 50. What? Mary Jane? Mary Jane. What? He asked me why I was there. I didn't want to answer, but I chose to and said that my friend was a spider person. He stood there silently for a second before he said, come in, and took us to his truck and drive us back to Roxanne's building. That's my parents, by the way. We entered the building and went into the basement lab. And then Miles gonna say something creepy. Took him over to look at Miles. He stood there with a scared look on his face and stumbled back near his desk. Like, he's gonna make a scary noise. It's gonna be like, I am the spider. We sat him down and began to tell the story before something that happened to his friend Peter. And then Harry's gonna remember. He told him the whole story from Peter being bitten like Miles to study him, and then escaping and killing everyone. The God when his dad was a villain who also died here, and now had him teaming up with 5 people to finally kill Peter to stop him. Oh yeah, I remember this. Again, I will post the. I begin to feel bad for bringing him there since it brought back bad memories. After his story, he began to cry and then left to get a breather. After 10 minutes, he came back, wiping his tears, saying he will help. I said he didn't have to, but he wanted to see if he could help fix Miles. I hope we can fix him. Ugh. What was that? October 31st, 1997. Some changes has happened to Miles as the month went by. Oh, gee, Red Symbiote. On November in 1960, his pictures changed. And this? Then they decayed off his face and 4 new grew into on the corners of his mouth. Like, it's kind of like the Predator. Look at the movies from 87. Like, yeah. When they began coming in, it almost looked painful. Well, yeah, no shit, bro, because he kept throwing up something of his teeth for them to grow in, with sharper ones going to the front. Here's a drawing of the new pincher in your mouth. Don't. What was that? I heard something. In February 1997. The white webs he shot from his wrist got bloody the more he used them. Harry theorized that it come into contact with his veins, and that was what was coming out. As for his mask, he would often apply more wet that would frequently dissolve. Sometimes he would cover his entire face, other times he would rip the bottom off to eat or just show his mouth and pinchers. I want to hear him. Oh no, interview with Miles? Oh no, I'm gonna hear it. By March of 1997, he has grown to a height of 6'7". Before the spider bit him, Miles had been the height of 5'7". Earlier this morning, we began working on trying to hear him talk. Please don't. Sometimes he would mutter words that we couldn't really understand since it was quiet, like. Me and Harry would stand in front of his cell for hours with a tape recorder in our hands, waiting for him to finally say something. All we get were screeching sounds like that of a spider. I never heard of a spider. Hello? Hello? Stop it. Stop it. Until Halloween night this year, we finally got something. I didn't see it firsthand because I was on a holiday trip in New Orleans with my family. But Harry recorded some audio of him asking Miles yes or no questions. He showed me it when I was back from my trip. Here's the audio. Oh, it's gonna be so weird.
Okay, so Miles, I'm going to ask you some yes or no questions. A clicking sound is why yes, and a screech is no. Okay. Okay. Are you happy? Okay. Are you angry? Okay. I might know why. It's the guys in demon masks. One of them exploded and killed your father. Is that true? Did they kill your dad? Okay. Your friend told me because he was there. He also says that you uttered Peter after you were first bitten. Is that true? You know he's hoping to find a cure to help you. We all do. Do you believe that? Okay. Okay, this one isn't really a yes or no question, but something else. Do you prefer man or spider? A click for yes or a screech for no? Okay. What?
Mankind.
What about mankind?
I see it how it is. I see the world. Even before I changed. You can try. Every agent I kill, every hero you put near me, I rivet, I finish. I see how mankind as it is. I see the world as it is. In the silent corners where shadows twist and turn. I watch mankind spin its fragile threads of ambition. Little did they know, it's the patient spider that holds the power to ensnare even the mighty.
Okay, not what I was expecting of his voice, but okay. That was the whole thing. That wasn't the end of it. On Halloween night, Harry put a television in his child while he was napping and put a VG copy of the horror movie Scream when he woke up. This is footage of him watching it. No. No, 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 no. So many questions and answers. I think I'm gonna have to take that one out. Will we ever cure him? January 1998. Martin, my house has grown to a height of 7'2". This morning, me and Haley took a break while Harry was watching Miles. Well, we saw something rolling around in the dumpsters at the back of the building. We thought it was raccoon, but it made some odd squeaking noises. Oh no, it's carnage! And it was making dents in the dumpsters from the inside. So we ran back to the lab and told Harry about it. It came outside with a bunch of other scientists who were concerned about it as well. Oh no, it's gonna happen again. Harvey stared at the dumpster for a minute when the banging stopped. Then it's gonna come out and then a weird crawling red goo creature crawled out the top of the dumpster. We were confused about it except Harry instead turned white at the sight. it, and his hands began to shake. Wait. It's a symbiote. Just as I asked him what was wrong, the red creature jumped and latched onto one of the scientists. He collapsed and was silent before raising up and tried to attack Harry like if it had known him. Wait, it's Venom. It's Venom with Carnage. The other scientists restrained him as best they could while one of them called for backup. After some struggling, the other scientists showed up and defeated him. It's gonna happen again. We took him to a lab back and put him in a glass cell next to Miles. It was perfect timing that the teacher woke up the scientist up as we closed the cell door. We couldn't let him out because we were afraid that he and the creature were a containment. We banged on the glass to be let out, but we couldn't allow it. Just then, the guy cried out some pain, and then the creature covered his entire body. Ooh. Harry and Zelda found in the lap and turned on full bottom, making the creature spread out and separating from the hole. Harry turned off and the creature was struggling to stay on the scientist. It backed up in the corner, making screeching noises. Ew. Ew. Just then the scientist turned back to normal, but it didn't last long. His body has been rejecting it, and he began violently shaking. Soon the creature separated from him by coming out through his mouth with blood leaking out, meaning he did not survive. Oh, come on, man. Then the creature crawled around, going up and down the glass cell. We didn't know how to get the guy's body out, so we left it there. And then the symbiote's gonna see Miles, and I asked Harry why he was afraid when he saw it, and he told me what it was. It was a symbiote. He told me that it came to Earth in 1969 as a black star, and he had brought it back to the lab in a jar. And then Peter escaped with it and bonded it to it as they had a strong connection, like Miles and Carnage gonna be. And when it was time to kill Peter, his blood webs mixed with the symbiote's tendrils, turning it red. He thought it would burn with Peter, but had been hiding, trying to survive and rebuild itself. Soon Miles has got to touch the symbiote. Oh no. There was a solid wall separating the two cells, but it didn't stop Miles from trying to get to it. He attempted to punch and scratch at it, and the symbiote was crawling on the wall trying to get to him. It's happening again! Aside from Miles, we met Harry and Haley. We're trying to figure out who sent the demons to attack and kill Miles' dad. Mr. Negative! It took us a while to get an answer, but Harry tied it to one man. Miss Martin Lee, aka Mr. Negative. Martin Lee, aka Mr. Negative. Harry said he had worked with Martin around the Beast facility along with Peter's Aunt May, where she died from the devil's breath sickness in 1991. One of the scientists claimed he had seen someone he had met had seen Martin. But then one thing, he was glowing with a white suit and eyes. Mr. Negative, he had taken a picture of him passing by on a helicopter. Well, let's see it. Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative. People have seen a familiar figure in the papers calling him Mr. Negative. We begin thinking that Martin is the person Miles wants to kill. We begin to worry because if he were to escape the lab to find Martin, it wouldn't be a pretty outcome.